son? You wanna go? Where? What do you think, babe? Can we make it?
Yes, like how do we like divide?
Students?
Everyone. Easier, faster, and saving time and money.
That's why we're doing this, right?
By doing the right choices.
Hi, Lara.
Hi.
Very nice to see you.
we
We
cannot do that.
cannot do that? No? Yeah. Okay. So... Basically, we want to do some videos to help you choosing the right gear, choosing the right wind conditions, to help you saving time and money when it comes to the beginning of your kite experience, and also even if you're an advanced rider, maybe that can help you properly choosing the next gear you want to buy or the next kite destination you want to go to. So today we're gonna talk. We're gonna start with the basics. We're gonna talk about what to put on you when you go kiteboarding, and this is gonna cover from bikini to a wetsuit. So, Laro, you want to start with bikini and board shorts or all that stuff?
Sure. Maybe at the beginning it's gonna be more for girls, because there are a few things that I think that are important to know. Sometimes when I talk with girls that are starting, they think they cannot wear a bikini because sometimes like it's really natural and common that some kind of bikinis are not like very good, or are not like
like they don't keep your...
Yes, they don't keep the like all your body, you know, in the same place, and it's a bit uncomfortable. But this is not always it's like this. You have different types of bikinis, so instead of using like a triangle, you can wear like more a sporty bikini, or you can wear like a high waist bikini, like a bottom or a wide one. And for me, the advantages of wearing a bikini is, of course, if you are in a warm place, it's gonna be much better than using a wetsuit, but also it gives you more mobility, and normally girls we like to be tan, so this is very nice for us, so it's pretty cool. And then you can also wear a spring suit, which is like a kind of a bikini and a lycra, but it's more like a combination between them. And you have normally a zipper on the front, and it's really easy to put them on to remove it. And yeah, like it's much more, maybe for some people it's more comfortable to wear this than a bikini. And then if you are a man, you can wear like a lycra, which is very helpful. And some people, they have problems with the harness, so sometimes they feel like the harness it's like kind of hurting the skin, or with the hair that some men can have. So I think a lycra is pretty good for this, and also to protect your skin more. And something very important to keep on mind is I think it's really important to be very careful with our skin. Nowadays the sun is pretty strong, but also being responsible with which kind of sunscreen are you using. So would you explain us a bit more about the difference between sunscreens and what's the best to use?
Right, so first of all, there is sunscreen that are made out of chemical products that are not friendly for the reefs and the basically corals that lives in the ocean. It doesn't mean that if you're kiting in the lake you should not use those products, and you could use any kind of sunscreen. I think using mineral sunscreen is the best choice to do. It's about double the price sometimes for a mineral sunscreen versus like a more chemical one. But what means minerals is that the products that are used in the sunscreens are not affecting the sea life, not affecting natural environment, because they are coming from mineral products products that are natural. So basically what I recommend is to use mineral sunscreen for your body, and if you have parts of your body like here and your nose, and if you're bald, the top of your head, you can use zinc, which is a more permanent layer. So if you're planning on kiting for 8 hours during your day, you might want to put sunscreen 3 times a day. For those parts that you really don't want to get any sun onto, you can put that zinc, and that's going to create a permanent coverage for the day until you use soap to wash your body with. And also, like Lara was saying before, the Lycra are offering a very good protection, and if you want to use leggings and long sleeve Lycra to start with, you have a permanent 90 ultraviolet protection for your day. And once you've been used to the sun in Brazil or Colombia or even in Canada in the summer, the sun is pretty strong. So you wanna go day by day and get your skin used to sun, and then you can remove the Lycra, put sunscreen instead of the Lycra. So just try to be user friendly for your skin and user friendly for the environment. Also, the zinc is cool. You can put some pink or blue,
color.
And yeah, you can color your face a bit. Lara, can you talk to me a bit about the shorty, the less warm wetsuit, and what do you prefer, or how's that work?
Sure. So you can choose between wearing a shorty that have short arms, short sleeves, or the one that are like long sleeves. And also for your legs, you have the short legs, or the other one is the 3/4, which is gonna be like covering your knees. Of course, the shorter ones are gonna give you more mobility, but the other ones are gonna keep you warmer. So if you are a person that like you feel okay with cold weather, maybe you can choose using the shorter ones, and then if not, you will prefer the longest one. So Antoine, do you wanna tell us a bit more, or you can you talk about like the other wetsuits, like the thicker one?
So yeah, those are getting a bit more complicated, I think, because you get from more cheap or accessible wetsuits that have like stitches. So when you look at a wetsuit in the shorties, most of them have stitches outside like this, and if you look inside, you're gonna also find the same stitching. So those ones will let the water penetrate wherever you have stitches. In this case here, you can see that part here cover your organs, so that part will keep your organs warmer, as the rest of the body will have more mobility and will dry also faster. Whenever you see that type of fabric, some sort of it looks a little bit more shiny, it looks a little bit more how to say, like a little bit more like rubber. This part will not let the wind go through, keep the heat of your body better. And then this part here that looks more matte, that looks a little bit more smooth, this part will dry faster, but will also let the wind pass through, so will be less warm for your body. Also offer very good flexibility, and again with the stitches, shorties don't offer so many different kind of quality because they are short, and they don't require as much different products for the standards. But when you go to a long wetsuit, if I can take it here and show you a little bit in this example here, first of all, with the chest zip. The chest zip will help you, it's like easier to put on, and it will help to stay warmer because of the way the wetsuit is designed. It's really hard for the water to go in. As you can see here, you have a seam that will not let the water pass through, and as we go inside I would say a high quality wetsuit, here inside you're gonna see you have what most of the brand call the magma shield or magma protection. What does that do is it's gonna keep you really warm. It works as a duvet and it makes it really warmer than if you would only have the typical neoprene. And when we're talking about stitches and seams, you can see here on this wetsuit, it's hard to see, but you're gonna notice when you look to buy a wetsuit, you're gonna notice inside you can see the stitching, and this will let the water go in and out quicker. So if the water goes in faster, you're gonna feel cold easier. And if you have some sort of glue, some sort of fabric that goes on top, most of the time those are called dry seams, and those dry seams won't let the water go in. So basically they will keep only the water that went in warm, and there's not going to be such a high flow of water going in and out your wetsuit, so it's going to keep you much warmer. However, those wetsuits are most of the time almost double the price as the cheaper wetsuit. In my opinion, it's a no-brainer. If you want to buy a wetsuit that's going to last you maybe 5 years or up to 10 years, you don't want to go cheap on buying something once that will last for so long. So I really recommend to go with a high quality wetsuit from the beginning. This is something that will keep you warm. You want flexibility, you want to be warm, and you don't want to be too hot. So if you choose a cheap wetsuit, when you're outside the water you will be super hot, but once you're inside the water, if you do a self-rescue or something, it's going to be really cold. So having a higher quality wetsuit will allow you to be warm outside and inside the water, as much as it's also important to have flexibility.
Awesome. And do you have any recommendation on which size to choose? Because the first wetsuits that I bought, like the first one I bought was a medium, because I thought it was like better for me, or because maybe the S size was a bit like hard to put them at the beginning. But then after a few times that I used them, I felt like while I was having my session, the water was like going inside, and so then like next time I decided to wear an S, by example. Do you have any recommendation about that?
So when you choose your wetsuit, again, maybe if I take this wetsuit as an example, for people that never wear a wetsuit, putting your wetsuit on feel like really intense, and it's something you get used to. But one thing you want to look at is that this here doesn't feel loose, so you want to feel a certain pressure, and keep in mind that the neoprene will expand when it's wet, so it will feel much better once you're in the water, once your wetsuit is wet. This one is Lada's wetsuit, so on me right now I feel like my arm is absolutely not flexible. I feel really squeezed, and I even feel right now like the blood is like staying in my hand and not going through my arm again, which obviously this doesn't feel like the right fit for me, a little bit too tight. When you start putting a wetsuit on, okay, when you start putting a wetsuit on, obviously you're gonna start with the legs, and size can vary between small, medium, large, and then sub-size will go into a short, small, into a long, small, and then a short, medium, a long, medium, or short, medium, medium, and long, medium. So often you're gonna see ML for medium long, or MS for medium short, and for some brands that provide more variety of sizes, you're gonna see a M with a number, and that will refer to the length of it. So medium will be the width, or the diameter, and then the number will be the length of your legs. So very important, you try the legs first, and then you're gonna see where the legs are finishing. Usually the rest of the body will fit if the legs were fitting, and then you're gonna feel if it's too tight. If you feel like in this example the blood doesn't go back, it's not gonna be the best wetsuits even in the water. Even once you get in the water, it expands. So you wanna make sure you feel a bit tight without feeling like your blood is not circulating anymore, and make sure like to put the wetsuit in the shop and to move in it and to feel that you're a little bit restricted, especially when we go to a 4-3 or a 5-4. You feel a bit restricted, but you don't feel like it's cutting your blood circulation. Also keep in mind, if you're going to a cheaper wetsuit, you're gonna feel less movement, you're gonna feel more restricted. Many good brands will print, and it's quite hard to see, but they're gonna print your neoprene with some cuts in it. They will print some part of the neoprene thinner, so this allow your elbow to bend better, to flex better. It's almost impossible to see with your eyes, but just keep in mind that if you buy a good quality wetsuit, it will have this, and it will allow you to stretch more. And again, the numbers, if you buy like a wetsuit that just say 5mm, it means that the entire wetsuit thickness is 5. But if you buy like a 5-4, it means that all the organs have 5, and the parts that need flexibility have 4mm. And you can even have a 5-4-3, which do 5, 4, and then 3 for the flexible parts.
Perfect. And if you like, do you think there is a difference, or like you need to think about different stuff when buying a wetsuit, if you are a beginner or you are like a more experienced rider?
So I think, like I said at the beginning, with the self-rescue, or if you have to stay in the water for a long time, or if you crash often, or if you're at the water starts and you're more often in the water than out, just keep in mind the temperature of the water more than the temperature of the air. You can always stop kiting, go in the water, let some water go in, and then keep riding again. That's for sure on the safer side. But if you want to go on the more adventurous side and have the more performance possible, it doesn't matter that you're an advanced rider or beginner. The advanced rider get in trouble maybe not as often as when we start, but you can get in trouble, try a new trick, your lines can snap, anything that can happen in kiteboarding happen to most of us. So we know that you never know what's going to happen. So just keep in mind safety first, and then comfort second. And also, if you I have 2 or 3 wetsuits. I think it's good to start with one if your budget is limited, but for sure, if you live in a place like Canada or Argentina where the weather can change, you don't only have like t-shirts or long sleeve or winter jackets or board shorts. You have jeans, you have all size, all kind of thickness of layers for your day-to-day use. So just keep in mind that having 2 or 3 wetsuits is totally normal, and yeah, it's not overkill. You could definitely have a shorty. I personally have a shorty 2mm, a 3/4 5/4, and I have a 5/3 that have long sleeve, long arm, dry seals, dry seams, and also a chest zip. So basically I have a super warm wetsuit, I have a pretty warm shorty, and I have a really not warm shorty that I'm actually wearing right now in 20 to 25 degrees with the water at probably 20 degrees. What do you think? Anything else to add?
No, perfect. Yeah.
thank you guys so much for watching. This is our first video. Definitely not perfect, but as good as we can do it. And again, we're not paid, or nobody is sponsoring us to do that. We just wanted to start with this and help the community around. So big thanks to Lara.
Also, if you have any doubts or something that we can help, please leave it on the comments. And yeah, pretty much all.
And guys, yeah, check out in the description. You can see our websites, see what we do, and yeah, if you have any questions, please let us know. You.